Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app today. Now on CoastTV News.
Tariff trouble.
Costs us a lot of money.
Sweets and coffee on the coast in the crosshairs.
Bridge disruption.
And it needs repair.
Rehoboth's drawbridge to be fixed, but what's the timing?
The final stretch.
It's wonderful.
New information on when the Georgetown-Lewes Trail's last leg will break ground.
This is CoastTV News at 6.
Tariffs hurting candy that is famous on the coast. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Charlie Sakaitis is out on assignment. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with continued coverage on how tariffs are taking a chunk out of Delmarva businesses. Since President Trump announced sweeping tariffs earlier this year, which went into effect Wednesday, we have covered how they impact products here on the coast, like alcohol. And tonight, we're focusing on sweets.
When you think of a trip to Rehoboth Beach, that might include a sweet treat or a caffeine pick-me-up on the boardwalk. And those boardwalk buys, they will likely cost you more. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Rehoboth Beach. And Emma, you're at one business that says it could hurt on a much larger scale.
Maddie, here at Snyder's Candy, for them, the tariff effect goes beyond just losing money or having to charge more. Snyder says about 70% of their products are imported from other countries, and if it comes to it, they may just have to close their doors for good.
As Giovanni Jadaki stocks sweets at Snyder's Candy, he fears a day that won't be possible.
To be honest, it's going to really cost us a lot of money, and it's going to be a lot harder just to be able to obtain or even really be able to keep the business.
Jadaki says that's because of tariffs, and at least 70% of their items are imported from other countries.
Such as the Swedish candy or the Dubai chocolates or the licorice. And again, that's a majority of the shop too.
And those exotic candies are part of the unique experience for customers.
But if we lose, the chance to be able to provide that, again, it's just people just don't want to come in then. They could be like, okay, let's just go to Walmart, let's go to somewhere else.
It's not just candy. When you think of coffee, other than a small amount made in the U.S., almost all coffee is imported from other countries.
Back Porch Cafe owner Dmitry Shubish says those tariffs on coffee, which is the main ingredient of their famous Flamin' coffee drink, will be bitter.
Especially like coffee beans, which quite expensive. We buy them in a bulk. It will do effect. And raising the prices, we don't know yet. If the coffee raise, we'll definitely will raise the price.
Tariffs leaving sweet businesses sour and coffee costs that wake up your wallet.
Snyder's wanted to emphasize how places like this are an essential part of the boardwalk experience, with many customers coming just to try their exotic snacks, like the Swedish candy. They just hope tariffs don't drive them to a goodbye. Live in Rehoboth Beach, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Emma. And we're learning more about coffee imports. The U.S. imports coffee from Colombia and Brazil, each of which has a 10% tariff. But Vietnam, the third largest U.S. coffee supplier, that's up to 46%. And all this brings us to our Coast TV poll tonight. We want to know, do U.S. tariffs help or hurt the economy?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. Take a look at your screen here. 35% say too early to tell. 58% say it will hurt by raising prices, and 7% say it helps by protecting businesses.
And you can change up these results. We want to know what you think, so head over to coasttv.com or use our mobile app to vote. We'll have updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
New tonight, federal cuts already having an effect on the coast. The Delaware Center for the Inland Bays, just one of the groups expecting to see major changes. That's according to their director. He says more than 50% of program funding is slated to be cut, and almost all staff funding, 85% as well. The director tells Coast TV if the worst does happen, it's a big hit to our coastal communities.
It would be a very, very, very sad day. Not for me necessarily alone, but for a whole lot of folks, and not just the folks that work at the center, but for our communities on both sides. So whether it's Dagsboro or Dewey Beach, folks are going to, let me put it this way. If we weren't here, somebody would want to create us. And so why would you let us go?
Touleau also says regardless of any outcome, the center, which works on the environment of those inland bays, will work hard to avoid the worst possible consequences from these cuts. And we'll have much more tonight at 11.
A celebration of life today for Funland co-founder Al Fausnot in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where Fausnot grew up. It was less than 2 weeks ago we reported the iconic figure of the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk had passed away. In 1962, he and his family took over a location on the boardwalk and renamed it Funland, making it the place to visit if you're in the nation's summer capital. His sons memorialized him today.
Probably the single thing that defined my dad the most apart from his faith was Funland. Now, old school meant that you had a safe family amusement park, and moving forward meant always expanding for new rides and games. You respected your customers, and your employees worked with you, not for you. That was Dad.
And Fausnot was 96.
In Rehoboth Beach, DelDOT says the drawbridge leading to Rehoboth Avenue needs structural work to prevent erosion. As CoastTV News reporter Brandon Ferguson shows us, locals have mixed opinions when it comes to the work being finished on schedule.
Driving, boating, and biking. That's what Rehoboth Beach says will be affected by structural work on this drawbridge. The city wants to work on the bridge during the off-season between October 2025 and April 2026. Rehoboth local Dawn Duckworth is confident repairs will be finished before next summer.
Sure, I think it would be great, and it needs repair, so they need to do it.
However, Matthew Sanisleo thinks the city should adjust the construction schedule.
It's been my experience that there's always some type of unforeseen delay, so maybe if they could start it earlier, and which would unfortunately cut into the season a little, it would at least on the back end give them more room in the event that something comes up.
On Monday, DelDOT will host a public meeting about the project at 5 p.m. at the Rehoboth Convention Center.
I spoke to the owner of Scooter City, whose business is just feet away from the drawbridge, and he says he sees backups all the time in the summer, so this work being scheduled for the off-season is the right decision by DelDOT and the city. In Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Let's go ahead and take a live look into Ocean City as our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams takes a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Maddie and Christina. Listen, it's kind of cloudy now, and it's going to stay kind of cloudy all weekend long, but that's okay. As the cloud cover sticks around, so the temperatures above the normal stick around. But when those clouds leave, the comfort of spring or summer-ish like temperatures will go right along with it as well. But right now we're holding at 62 degrees, and a lot of moisture in the atmosphere makes it feel a little bit warmer anyway. Now we could see a random sprinkle or two try to slide through here at about 10 o'clock. Now what rain we do expect is going to happen in the early morning hours going into tomorrow morning, like about 6:30 to about 7 o'clock, like a 1 hour window. Other than that, we're looking okay. We're a bit cooler along the beaches, but we're at 73 degrees in Georgetown, Redden, as well as Seaford, and 73 degrees right now in Del Mar, as well as Salisbury. But the cloud cover continues to thicken a bit for us, and it's breezy along the coastal region where we have the winds primarily pushing out of the north, now the cold front's pushing through. Now, this cold front made it a little bit cooler, but Maddie, the cold front that we're going to have to brace for next week, that's all I'm going to say, and that's a meteorological term I learned in college.
Thank you, Paul. Delaware State Police investigating a shooting that happened in Millsboro Thursday night around 9 on Mount Joy Road. Troopers say someone, they don't know who, fired several shots at a home and a house, a shed, and 3 cars were damaged. 4 people were inside. Nobody was hurt, though. Detectives asking anyone with information to contact police immediately.
Now to Lewes, new lodging and rental taxes may be finding room in Lewes. City leaders are proposing 2 new accommodations taxes. One would be a 2% lodging tax on hotels, and the other would tax short-term and long-term rentals at 5.5% and 5% respectively. City officials say the proposed taxes would give visitors a way to contribute to city funds. But one hotel owner says it could cost him his business.
We're all locally owned, and we all fight for our guests, and especially in today's trying times, as we, even a couple points, we're not happy about.
And city leaders are expected to discuss both proposals at their public hearing next Monday, and they say if passed, these would take effect on January 1st of next year.
The Millsboro bypass work, that moves forward, and with it, closures on Route 113. According to DelDOT, crews will conduct nighttime closures on 113 beginning April 6th through the 11th. The agency says this is to place beams for the new bridge. From 6th to the 9th of April, there will be closures on 113 south. April 9th to the 11th, closures for drivers going north. DelDOT says crews will work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
A new bill has been introduced in Delaware that could help support local fire companies. Senate Bill 86, it's sponsored by Senator Russ Huxtable. It was introduced on April 3rd. If passed, the bill would allow donations to the Delaware Volunteer Fire Service revolving loan fund from anyone. Right now, the fund can only receive money from the General Assembly. The bill is now headed to committee.
And we are just getting started this evening.
Coming up, low prices for a furry friend. The Brandywine Valley SPCA has another adoption special.
And we're expecting continued cloudiness over the next few days as temps stay above the norm for this time of the year. But then by next week, we're going to change over to a winter feel in the air.
First, a dream for bicyclists in Sussex County coming true as the Georgetown-Lewes Trail nears completion. We're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
The final phase of the Georgetown-Lewes Trail will soon be in the works. In December, you see here, there was a groundbreaking for the final phase.
And now we know construction is scheduled to start in June. Coast TV reporter Zekia Jennings shows us how those who use the trail most are feeling about the project nearing completion.
Danton Sherwood is showing part of the trail that many bicyclists use to avoid riding down the Lewes-Georgetown Highway. He's more than happy for the final phase of the Georgetown-Lewes Trail to begin construction.
It's like a prayer being answered.
An answered prayer for both him and his wife Terry after she was hit by a car on Gravel Hill Road just a few months ago. With construction on the section from Fisher Road to Airport Road expected to begin in June, DelDOT officials confirmed that the contract award has been fully executed and contract documents will be signed soon. At the ribbon cutting in December, DelDOT said there will be a spring 2025 start date. They say they are on track with that, with construction to start in June. President of the Sussex Cyclists, Alan Siegel, is excited for the final phase of this project.
It's wonderful because with all the construction itself going on in the area, there's less safe places to ride, and this gives us an opportunity to put mileage on in a safe place. And we don't have to worry about getting run over.
Safety for those walking, jogging, and riding bikes. It's what Sherwood is looking forward to.
It's all about returning as good a tired condition as you were when you left. Happiness and health is all about.
According to DelDOT, the construction for the final phase of this trail is expected to begin in June and wrap up in July of 2026, so bikers and hikers and everyone in between can travel safely. In Georgetown, Zekia Jennings, Coast TV News.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. Listen, we're expecting for it to stay on the cloudy side and temperatures in the 60s. The basic expectation over this weekend is going to stay a bit on the gray side, cloudy, maybe a hit and miss shower here and there, and some early morning showers for Saturday. But other than that, I don't see much of a bump in the road for the weekend. Now, to next week, we're going to have to talk about next week. I'm just letting you know up front, don't put away your winter coats just yet. Okay? Our Hershey's exterior camera, we're looking very cloudy for right now. The winds are relatively calm right now in Ocean City, so that's actually good. We're not worried about any significant problems with any kind of waves at this point, but we are expecting a chance of scattered showers to kick in by 10 o'clock with temperatures falling into the upper 50s. Now, right now, we're holding pretty steady in the 70s throughout the inland areas, 73 in Georgetown as well as Redden, 72 right now in Delmar, but a bit cooler for us along the beaches, 61 Bethany Beach, 67 right now in Rehoboth. The winds are pouring out of the north currently with gusts only up to about 13 miles per hour, so it's relatively docile at this point. Winds may pick up a little bit down the road, but we have the winds primarily coming out of the north, and it's mimicking the push of the cold front from the north to the south, and so we have that cold front effect that's happening here. Now, we keep a close eye on what's been happening throughout the center part of the country. That same crazy stormy weather is staying over there in the Memphis and mid-Mississippi Valley region. And because it's not moving much, it's already starting to die out. So even as it swings a little closer to us, it's losing a lot of its oomph or strength. Scattered showers overnight, early morning, like 6:30 in the morning. We could see a real quick shower develop in some areas, but not a washout for the weekend. I mean, then a strong cold front kicks in Sunday night. Next week, pull out your serious jacket, as my mom used to say. Listen, we're looking at 68 for the high tomorrow in Lewis, 64 Rehoboth, but 72 for the high in Georgetown. But cloudy skies for everybody. Cloudy and 71 degrees, for example, in Cambridge, 75 Vienna, and we're looking for cloudy skies and 72 for the high in Snow Hill and 66 for the high in Ocean City. Now, I talked about this scattered shower, this pocket, this isolated pocket right here of this cell is going to push through so quickly between 6:30 and 7:30. It's going to be a very fast moving through. It's going to hit, and then it's going to be gone pretty quickly. Sunday, we'll have much cooler conditions, and we'll see spotty showers in and out. But it's the cold air. This is the big breaking story. This is the hook. This is the plot twist, okay? Freezing temperatures. Did you hear that? Freezing temperatures. Tuesday night going into Wednesday. So much so that now I'm pulling out my old winter graphics to show you. We're going to go Wednesday with light freeze possible and frost most likely for Wednesday and Thursday. You have been warned officially. Here you go with your 7-day forecast.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, sports fans? It is time for the NASL 3 playoffs on the Delmarva Sports Network. Game 1 already in action, and we now look ahead to Game 2. At 7:30 p.m., we've got the OKC Certified Lions and the Valhalla FC. The Lions were first in the Heartland Division, coming out on top with an 8-1 record. In addition to one tie, they come in on a 4-game win streak. On the other side, Valhalla finished first in the Midwest Division with an 8-2 record. They also come in this contest with a 4-game win streak. Action starts tonight at 7:30 p.m. only on DSN. To the WNBA, Elena Delle Donne has called it a career. The number 2 overall pick in 2013 is a 2-time MVP and a 2019 WNBA champion. She's a 7-time All-Star and a 4-time All-WNBA first team, while adding Rookie of the Year in 2013. The former Ursuline and University of Delaware star has retired from the WNBA. And to no surprise, Duke freshman Cooper Flagg has won the AP National Player of the Year, averaging just under 19 points per game. He has led his team to the NCAA Final Four. That over sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Are you ready for another pet? Well, this is a great weekend to do that. The Brandywine Valley SPCA is holding a special from now until Sunday. You pick your own price adoption fees for all adult dogs aged 1 year or older. This is happening at any Brandywine Valley SPCA campus, so check out their website to view all their adoptable dogs. Paul, I know you want one.
And between you and my Brasco, no, I am not getting any dogs at my house, okay? But they are wonderful, wonderful relief of stress. All right, and it can be a cause of some too. 57 degrees, so our umbrella giveaway. Jill, you're our winner. Congratulations from Millsboro. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. I'm not anti-pet, I'm just anti-cleaning up behind them. Anyway, we're looking at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, really cold, like freezing cold, like for real. For real.
Got it, Paul. Thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.